Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Jail didn't stop Luan or Teresa. Can Karen Huger stage the next Housewives comeback? As filming for season 10 is already underway, we know that the season will be short two main cast members, Mia Thornton and Karen Huger. Mia, of her own volition. Karen, due to her prison sentence. As the Real Housewives of Potomac charters a new frontier without the Grande Dame, the energy will change as the stories begin to evolve around other main characters. With Karen's DUI being a central storyline of season 9, it opens up the Real Housewives of Potomac to close that chapter of its history. While there is certainly a precedent of big-name stars who have bounced back after major arrests or time in jail, it was very much a different time, as the circumstances were wildly different. Luan de Lesseps returned to the Real Housewives of New York City until its reboot and has since continued a flourishing career with the new series Bravo's Love Hotel. Teresa Giudice has not only remained a major part of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. The network chronicled the family's aftermath prior to her prison sentence through a spin-off. As far as star power, Karen Huger easily lives in the same tier as both women, so will Bravo show her the same grace? Is it even going to be worth it to return to the series? We hope Karen Huger can bounce back, but it will depend on how she plays her cards. The past year has been a whirlwind for Karen Huger. After she was arrested for her DUI, she spent months in a limbo awaiting trial while trying to maintain her image. As viewers saw on season 9, Karen took some accountability, but also maintained her hope of being found innocent. She knew what she did was wrong, but she prevented major conversation about the incident due to the legality of the situation. Therefore, the other women became the mouthpiece of the conversation, with opinions ranging from knocking Karen around to fervently defending her. In the end, the tides turned on Karen, especially when she was found guilty and ultimately sentenced. Her no-show at the season 9 reunion marked the end of an era. While we understood part of the reason was due to her voluntary intake to a rehabilitation center, it wasn't until after her sentencing that her absence might have been slightly fabricated. With so much doubt surrounding Karen and her statements, the authenticity of Karen Huger has seemingly flown out the window. For Karen Huger to ever return to the Real Housewives of Potomac, she must take full accountability and sit down with Andy Cohen and explain everything. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be pleasant, but Karen needs to explain everything so she can return to the viewers' good graces. Of course, the above scenario is based on if she wants to come back to the show that made her a reality star. But here's the other question. Would Karen Huger even want to return to the environment that the Real Housewives of Potomac fosters? While Mia Thornton and her cronies were leading the charge with their pitchforks, rightly against Karen, her other allies seemed to show slight support still. For Karen to want to return to the show, wouldn't it have to be a safe and open environment? The chaos that we know and love from these shows may not be best for her personal journey. Why put yourself in a place where things can go sideways at the drop of a hat? With so much of her past history coming to light because of the trial, should Karen expose herself to television again, it means she would have to answer to all the facts that came out. As someone with immense pride, there is a world in which she may want to keep it covered up and never address it again. There's no way that her past wouldn't come out on television, so in order for self-preservation, perhaps Karen Huger returning to the Real Housewives of Potomac is not actually a possibility. No matter what, it's going to be in her hands. Bravo will want to exploit anything they can. It's just a matter of how much Karen is willing to share. The Real Housewives of Potomac is available to stream on Peacock. The Real Housewives franchise is no stranger to jaw-dropping drama, unexpected twists, and personal challenges that unfold in the public eye. But among the stars who have shown the brightest, Luan de Lesseps, Teresa Giudice, and Karen Huger have each faced their own unique challenges, particularly when it comes to scandal, law, and resilience. From jail time to high-octane confrontations, these women have become iconic for their ability to weather storms and come back stronger than ever. As fans of the show eagerly watch for the next big storyline, a question looms. After their personal struggles, can Karen Huger stage the next Housewives? Is perhaps one of the most infamous Real Housewives for her brush with the law, and one of the most iconic comebacks in Housewives history. Known for her elegant persona as the Countess, Luann's downfall was a dramatic and sudden shift. In 2017, she was arrested for disorderly intoxication, resisting arrest, and other charges during a trip to Palm Beach. The incident was shocking not only for its details, but also for the woman who was usually seen sipping champagne at high society events. But in true Housewives fashion, Luann's arrest didn't diminish her star power. It propelled her to even greater heights. Luann didn't let a little thing like jail time tarnish her reputation. Instead, she used the experience as material for one of her most iconic moments, her cabaret show, Countess and Friends. She turned her time behind bars into art, writing songs, making light of her situation, and showing viewers that even at her lowest, she could still entertain. The ability to bounce back from such an embarrassing moment not only earned her redemption, but made her the subject of admiration from both fans and fellow housewives. What makes Luann's story so compelling is the notion of growth. She didn't shy away from her mistakes, she owned them. In a franchise that thrives on high drama and wild antics, Luann's path from arrested socialite to self-aware performer was nothing short of remarkable. And the truth is, her popularity only grew after the scandal. Teresa. Jail time, family drama, and the unbreakable spirit. Teresa Giudice, like Luann, didn't just face scandal, she went to jail for fraud. In 2014, the Real Housewives of New Jersey star was sentenced to 15 months in prison after being convicted of financial crimes, including bankruptcy fraud and conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud. While her husband Joe Giudice also faced jail time, it was Teresa's journey that captured the attention of the world. The media was obsessed with her journey behind bars, but it was the resilience she displayed that kept fans rooting for her. Teresa wasn't just the poster child for jail time gone wrong. She was a mother of 4 daughters who had to endure the separation, cope with her family's turmoil, and manage a public life while facing criminal charges. Her return to the show after prison didn't just highlight her personal recovery, it brought a fresh yet poignant energy to RHONJ. Teresa's narrative arc went beyond just regaining her freedom. It was about reclaiming her strength, her family, and her legacy. Over the years, she has come to embody the idea that even the darkest moments of your life can't define you forever. Teresa's willingness to share her hardships, along with her determination to rise above them, has made her an enduring figure in the Housewives universe. Now, as she enjoys success with a new marriage and thriving business ventures, Teresa has proved that redemption is possible, even when faced with the harshest of consequences. Karen Huger, the new contender for the comeback crown. So what does this mean for Karen Huger, the Grand Dame of Potomac? Karen has always been an enigmatic figure, elegant, poised, and undeniably influential. Known for her self-proclaimed title as the Grand Dame of the Potomac, Karen has navigated both public adoration and criticisms over the years. However, in recent seasons, viewers have witnessed a slightly more vulnerable side of Karen, particularly when it comes to her financial struggles. In Season 5 of The Real Housewives of Potomac, the whispers about Karen's financial status reached a crescendo, as rumors swirled about her family's alleged tax issues. The pressure mounted, and the secrecy around her financial matters led to tense confrontations on the show. Yet, unlike Luann or Teresa, Karen hasn't yet had her jail moment. She's been embroiled in financial turmoil, but her ability to keep the drama alive without spiraling into scandal has given her a different kind of intrigue. Karen may not have faced a literal jail sentence, but she's come close to a metaphorical one, locked in a battle of public perception and her quest for redemption. Karen's strength lies in her self-awareness. Where some housewives crumble under the weight of their secrets, Karen has shown time and time again that she will not let her past define her future. She may not have the headline-making drama that other housewives have experienced, but she's carved out a space for herself as an unshakable force. And as the show's narrative pushes deeper into her complicated past, could it be possible that Karen's time for a grand comeback is approaching?